So the first thing is sharing the gospel, the kingdom game. Sharing the gospel. Why? And that's your first question I'm giving you. Why? Guys, at the end of the game, if you're not in the kingdom, what happens? Jesus comes at the end, and if you're not in the kingdom of God, if you've not accepted Christ, what happens to you? Hell. Now, I'm telling you, some people say there is no hell. And you know why they say that? Because they don't want to go. Some people think hell's going to be a lot more fun than heaven, so I'd rather go to hell. It's going to be a lot more fun. Yeah, about that. Anything you read in the Bible that says hell is fun?
Nope.
It's nasty. And that story I did last week in church about Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man's sitting there and he's watching paradise. That's before the new hell, new earth. But he's watching paradise. He says, I want one drip of water. He's in agony. Hell's not going to be a fun place. And at the end of the game, if you've not accepted Christ, that's where you go. Why? It is written in the Bible. But why? If God is merciful, why wouldn't He just accept everybody?
Because He gave us a choice.
Huh?
You have a choice.
He gave us free will.
It's not, okay, it's not just. Well, why do you want to share the gospel? Because when we're talking about this, we're talking about forever. You get a lifetime here to make this decision. If you've not accepted Christ, then you need to start thinking about that. You need to start saying, okay, what do I need to do to accept Christ? Or, if I haven't, then I need to. If I have, then what am I doing about this whole kingdom game? Because in reality, it's not a game. Because at the end, when I say done, those that weren't in the kingdom are not in the kingdom forever.
Sorry, guys.
And see, it bugs you because how many of you guys know about that? The kingdom game. Again, some people come up, hit me, I want to be part of it. Because they're your friend, and they see something different in you. Nish is my friend. Nish, you're part of it all. Great, so I come right up and I go with Nish, and I'm part of the kingdom. Because I had a great example, and she's my friend. And so she hit me right away because I said, tell me about it. Boom. And then other people think, no, I don't want, what is that? That's weird. And anymore it's becoming weirder and weirder because the world doesn't like it. And so at the end, when it says done, it's done. You don't get another chance. So the why, do you have friends that you would like to spend eternity with?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And the really cool thing about that is, then you need to give them the gospel of Christ. If they don't know Jesus, then there's no eternity with them. And I'm not trying to be mean. If you love them, you give them the best you can. Now turn the page. Why? There's several reasons why, by the way, and that's back on page 1. Why? Because He told us, if you've given your life to Christ, He's using your life to bring your friends to Christ. If you are not cooperating with them, then you're not doing what He said to do. I mean, He said that. So He said, go and make disciples. Go out and share the gospel. And if you're not doing that, then, go back to Romans 1. Paul wrote, I'm not ashamed of the gospel. It is a power of salvation for everyone. So, why do it? Because He told us to. Why do it? Because we love them. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, there's some people that irritate me. Mostly because it's my fault, because I get irritated. But these people that irritate me, I'm thinking, do I really want them in heaven with me? Now, the other side is, do you really want them to go to hell? Because how many times have you irritated God?
Every day.
Maybe once or twice. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. It says in Romans 5, while we were yet sinners, He died for us. So the point is, we were irritating the snot out of him, and we didn't like him very much, and he still died for us. So if you have friends, and even if you have some enemies that don't know Christ, dude, your job, if you gave your life to Jesus, your job is to share that. Because they deserve it. Well, none of us deserve it, but they deserve it because we've been told. Second thing, turn the page now. The what? What are some of the concerns you guys have about sharing the gospel?
People will reject it.
People will reject it. Yes.
Or like some missionaries when they go out and tell the gospel, sometimes they're even killed and
Yeah.
put in jail because of sharing.
Well, here in Colorado, if you stand up for your faith, what happened to that young lady in Columbine? What happened to those people in Oregon? Now that's a huge extreme in our country. It's not such a huge extreme in the world. We listened to some missionaries last week that you share the gospel. They know you're a believer. Your own mother kicks you out of the house. They shun you. The government finds a way. If they find you with a Bible in your car, $600 fine.
In the United States?
No.
Oh.
No, this is over in Turkestan. I think that's what they were talking about, Turkestan. It's $800 for the first time, and it can go up to $2,000. And these people make about $200 a month, or less. So you're talking about a huge hit just having the Bible in your car. So you go to some places, just being a believer could get you killed. Here, it's very rare. You got this weird nutso people that are doing that. But the point is this. Your friends could say, oh, you're one of those, stop bothering me. What does that do to you?
It pressures you.
Could crush you. What did they do to Christ? They rejected him too and they killed him. What did they do to the disciples? Did they stop? How many times was Paul beaten?
Too many.
He was beaten how many times? The rod, how many times the whip? He was stoned once, shipwrecked twice.
House arrest.
We just didn't want to really travel with Paul. Okay, so you can be rejected. Hey, what happens when a friend rejects you?
You feel like crap.
Yeah, but... So does that mean you don't do it?
No.
How many of you guys, your friendship is worth your friend?
Do what?
Here's what I mean. Shane is my dear friend. She doesn't know Christ. And let's say she needs to know Christ. How can I show her Christ?
Being a good example.
I can be a great example. I can be nice to her and help, and I can help a lot of different people, and I can invite her to do that. How else can I show her Christ?
Tell her about
Keep
it.
it straight.
I can actually tell her about it. Dude, this happened to me, he's amazing. By the way, your witness about Jesus Christ is yours. If you say, no, dude, I accepted Christ, and this is what he's done for me. Who can tell you you're wrong? Oh, you're wrong.
Satan
Bernice,
can.
you're wrong. Jesus never did that for you.
No.
How do you know he didn't do it for me? He did it for me.
Well, everyone can
Right?
tell you that you're wrong, and many people can believe that you're wrong, but that doesn't change the
But the
fact.
point is, yeah, you're right. It doesn't change the fact that it's your testimony. And actually, the reality is it's his testimony in you. Now, but here's what I'm saying about your friendship. Shane is a friend. If I tell her about Christ and she stops being my friend, is she still worth telling her about Christ?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I've had people that I knew that were in drug addictions, and they were worth me going after them to get them out of drug addictions. It was worth my friendship. I had them leave me for a while. Then you always love me. It's because I love you, right? Think about it. If you go and tell somebody about Christ, it's the best gift. Anything. That's a eternal gift, forever and amazing. So the worst they can do is reject you. That's the, basically, but the point is, are they worth your friendship?
They should be.
They should be. They should be worth your friendship. Otherwise, you don't have a very deep friendship. I mean, if somebody came to hurt your friend, would you defend them?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to let this just somebody come up and start punching my friend. What are some questions you might get? How do you know he's real? Next week we'll come up with the answers.
I got it.
How do you know he's real?
Why?
Is he real?
Is he real?
Why is it important?
Ooh. Why? Do I have to?
Will there be
Do
cookies?
I.e. Is it important? Okay?
How do we know it's just not another religion that's really wrong?
Yeah. How do I know this isn't one of many? Is that okay if I put it that way?
Mm-hmm.
No. Or how do I know this the only way? So anything on that theme?
Mhm.
Why is this the only way? How do I know it's the only way? What about other religions? What about other religions would be a good one?
I thought I could just do good enough.
Oh. Good enough? Dude, I haven't been really mean. What about
What's in it for me?
What isn't in it for you?
in it?
Seriously?
Another question I've gotten is, why would I want to do that? You guys can't do anything fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would I have to give up?
Yeah. Why would I do that?
Bird.
What else? Now these are pretty big questions, aren't they, so far? Aren't there other ways? You guys, I've also, have you ever been accused of, you guys are just judgmental?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judgmental.
How do I know
Interesting
I'm gonna make
question. Huh?
How do I know I'm gonna make it to heaven?
Oh, and that's a good one. How do you know you're going to make it to heaven? Yeah. Well, and that's why we know. But that's how you do it. Says, how do you know you're getting to heaven? Would you go, yeah. So,
All these questions are so sassy.
well, you know what? It's interesting because here's an interesting thing to me. When you share the gospel, is there a judgment here?
Oh, definitely.
There is a judgment. Why?